Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And here I have an article for you guys from T-Mobile's newsroom. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. So we already covered this article, but something important to note from this, these coverage expansions that are taking place is when T-Mobile guided its customer count, going to 20% in rural. And that also includes, the 7 to 8 million for fixed wireless access. They really didn't count in the coverage expansion. So the coverage expansion itself is all going to be upside for T-Mobile moving forward. So as they expand into new counties, new areas of Nebraska, right? That's all native. They had no native network in Nebraska. So as they expand to Nebraska, this year, next year, that's all new network and likely retail distribution. So that's that's people that they can bring on the network where they have very little share, so they can sell fixed wireless access there and wireless where before they weren't able to natively. So that's all upside to the numbers. So I'm thinking maybe the 7 to 8 million is very conservative. It's a possibility that I'm hearing next year the coverage expansion is going to be that much broader. They have a lot of sites they're building this year that they're working on to get on air next year. Some of that in the rural environment is going to be with microwave backhaul. So they got to go back to those sites. Even if they're Sprint Keep sites that have been converted in these rural areas, they got to go back to those sites. They got to adjust the microwave backhaul. They got to move it to the feeder site. Whatever the case may be, because Sprint's site may have been different that it was feeding the backhaul from. So they got to adjust that, and all that takes time, right? That's what I was explained for my work site. They upgraded my work site in May. It was finished in June. Then it sat dormant, right? It wasn't turned on. I heard it was going to be early 2024 in Q1. And then I was told, well, what's the process? Why is it taking so long? And then they were telling me, well, that they have to send another crew out there that has to get permits approval, and they have to raise the microwave backhaul dish higher. They got to adjust it, to a different angle, because our feeder site that we're going to feed the backhaul from is differently positioned versus the Sprint one. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. All of that takes time. So once they have that done, then there's another process they have to upgrade. They told me they got to upgrade the dish at the feeder site, and then they can turn that site on, which should be Q1 2024. So the other site is going to get 10 gig backhaul that they're going to feed to that site. So that's the process, and that's the process, not just for me, that's the process for all other areas that are dealing with the same issue. So it's going to take some time, but I'm hearing a large part of the coverage expansion is coming in 2024. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to be all new territory for T-Mobile to sell wireless and fixed wireless access, which should boost the numbers by quite a bit. So this should be an automatic win for T-Mobile, and that's why they are doing it. It's important to them, but the reason they're doing it and they're so focused on it, and I wouldn't be surprised if they shift a bit more priority towards it in 24, it simply works. They add new stores in these areas that they've never competed in. They add coverage, they add network, and people go to them. It just works. As they stated at the quarterly earnings, they are now the leading share taker in the market. Not the leading market share, but they are the leading share taker. They take the largest amount of share in those areas. So as they grow that footprint, now it should be even, more priority. So I would not be surprised if next year, out of the CapEx, they carve out a large chunk of it for this expansion even more, because it works. It's working right now. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Like, share, subscribe, follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. See y'all in the next one. Peace.